Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you are in the world. My name is Ike Sky, and this is the International Sim Drivers Association GT3 World Series Round 1 from the Nürburgring. I've just realised I've made a critical error. Teething issues as always. Give me a second, because the setting that I had set up was not applied by OBS. Thank you very much. Give it 2 seconds and the general state of the video will improve dramatically for everyone. Don't you worry about that. 20 minutes of qualifying for round 1 of this championship, and a very busy one it's going to be. We have Akari, who we were riding on in that pre-stream splash screen that you were watching just now, riding on board with that 07 Audi, and it's still, the Audi is still very pointy for all the balance of performance that they keep on doing. They will never get away from that Audi being an oversteery mess of a car until you do your best to tame it. Nonetheless, there are a few names that I have called in the past and quite a few that I haven't. I'm very excited to see what some of the names I've never seen before are capable of doing. I've already got Vit Ising, in the chat saying Roshipal? Roshipal. That's a name that's one of those names that I'm not familiar with, so I'm almost apologetic, but I can't be everywhere at once. I have, however, forgotten to get me a nice little broadcasting tool up and running. Let's get that going. Nice and easy. There we go. So I am in chat, just in case it's not abundantly obvious. Any points arising, anything that I'm missing, please try and make sure that you keep your comments and chat relevant to the race, not in the mood or the... well, I'm streaming it from my account, so I reserve the right to ban you if you start getting impatient or spammy with me. Go. So, opening laps and opening salvos. 4 minutes already gone in this qualifying session. So, let's get these first few rounds out of the way, and then we'll start to see where we stand. As you can see on the driver tower on the left-hand side, and on the cars as well. Thank you very much again to Zero Car for showing it for us. There is a Pro and an AM class within this race. Separate championships. Separate points being handed out. But don't think that the AMs can't take it in the right situation, under the right circumstances, to the Pros. There's going to be a lot of interplay between these two classes using the same machinery. We may well find that there is a bit of overlap between the two classes coming round to end the first of the flying laps, and all of the names are going to go absolutely crazy for just a second. Silver, Zach, Mr. Zach Benida. Neither Zach goes to the top with a 154.6, but that will surely be done away with in a few moments. Very good looking car, that McLaren 720S, with the number 89 on the side. Very impressed with how that car's turned out. And who else do we have? A name I recognise coming across in 5th for the first time. A second off the pace is Stephen Carey, complaining in another Discord that I'm in that he's feeling a bit slow and or old, one of the two. I wouldn't believe it for a second, Stephen. Not in a million years. Hopefully the bitrate has resolved itself now and you can all see in the glorious 1080p that I'm looking in as well. Romano Bernick goes to the top of the timesheets in the number 8 Porsche. So Porsche having a little more of a say and a very good livery there for Romano as well for the Pirate Racing car. Here we go. Sorry, we've just so the ISDA channel has just been verified so that we can live stream on it. Damn it! Timing is always the worst. How are we doing for qualifying? There's a yellow flag out at the moment somewhere on the lap. Where is that? It's not actually. It's just been withdrawn. Of course. But a very, very good showing in this opening bout. The track will rub it in as the session goes on. So these times that we've seen may well end up being demolished in the later stages of qualifying. Using the endurance chicane as well to up the pace, that explains a lot. Why they're going so damn quick. Let's get to the trackside cameras again. Number 8 comes across the line and goes to a 153.9, first car into the 153s, and then nope, is Kujawa in second in the 17 Aston Martin. So a good mix of cars. The balance of performance doing its job. 17 Aston Martin looking resplendent in a royal blue livery. 89 Sachs still holding on in third, doing really, really well in that McLaren 720S, but the Aston Martins have the lower, just off the podium. They're going to be something to watch out for when we get to the race, because they will be able to work together using their chassis strengths to put pressure on the leading pack. So here in the middle of the qualifying, we will have a bit of a little bit, tiny bit of a lull in activities as the track's slowly getting rubbered in, but the drivers will drop in to the pits and get themselves. Zach has gone quicker again, so is bringing that McLaren back into the foray for the top of the timesheets. Now we're looking further down the field. I will very quickly show you how many cars we have on this in this race today. If we go down to the 43rd place car, the 96 Matej Miksik, for the Breaking Bad car, number 96, 44 cars are taking the green flag, and as the Porsche comes across the line, let's jump on board for a full lap. I do like the sound of this Porsche as we come into the Mercedes arena. A tight first gear hairpin followed by a longer second, possibly third gear depending on the particular engine that you have, and down once again in second. This left-right is always deceptively slow. You always want to get your foot down and get out onto this straight. Now down into, if I remember correctly, the Ford chicane. I'm going to get the track map up track map up now. And one of my favourite pieces of road on any racetrack anywhere in the world is this long run down to the Dunlop Chicane. Dunlop Chicane, you can take so much speed into it just like that, as Mick has done. Use the banking, it doesn't matter what line you use through there, any of them are quick. Up through the Schumacher S is now running a little bit wide for the 96 car. And then to another chicane, there's an Aston off. I think that was an Aston off on the inside. Something, not necessarily to knock the confidence, but has definitely shaken Matej here. Onto the back straight, and then towards the endurance chicane here. Third gear through here, run the car out as wide as you dare. If you've got a nice compliant car, you can run it all the way up onto those curbs and then hit the curb on the inside there as well. Mind the pit wall on the inside. Out onto the start-finish straight. Get as much traction as you possibly can across the line, and that will put... he didn't get a... he's obviously got some kind of track penalty. Give me a moment, ladies and gents, as I get this up. So it's Valvoline curve is the left-hander, and Valvoline curve is the left-hander, and Ford is the right-hander. We'll jump back to the outside cameras as Mick has yet to set a relevant lap time. His last lap was 1:55, which is a little bit off, but well within reach of the top 20. Looking up to the top of the field yet again. Who have we got on blistering lap times? No one looking too hot at the top of the timesheets at the moment. Dan Minton in the 75 is going marginally quicker in the Aston Martin. Baranchik and Kujawa stay at the top of the timesheets. That time has not been... oh no, it has been improved on. 919, so 4 hundredths of a second faster for Beranek. Minton to... I tell you what, Zach is going a little bit quicker, but that's coming down towards the Dunlop hairpin now. Wonderful line, I tell you what. Oh, he's going to have to abandon that lap as the number 2 Audi has spun onto the racing line. Questionable driving there. Who was that? Number 2 I've not seen yet. But it is an Audi, and those Audis are very, very pointy. I was saying just now, Rakesnik. Rakesnik or Rakesnik? I think it might be Rakesnik. I'm not great with the with European names. I have no idea what that was. Excuse me, sir. If you could be so kind, I would appreciate if you could use the English. Not that I have anything against... I think that's Polish? I just can't read it. How does the time look? So Silva again coming up to the top of the lap is running a little bit quicker. This is a very good lap. Why are you giving me it in Japanese? Wing is a moron. That's interesting. Yeah, I kind of agree. If you mean me, yeah. I should be able to read Polish. Aston Martins go second and third at the top of the timesheets. Mattia Silva, another name that I recognise from previous races, to the top, will be lining up behind that Porsche provisionally of Beranek. Beranek? It could also be Beranek. That is very true. Will abandon to the side of the track. What else do we have going on? Zamora in the Audi. First of the Audis as well is that 77 car, looking resplendent in a chrome purple livery. That's a wonderful livery. That's beautiful, that is, that 77 car. absolutely awesome. Coming down now towards the Dunlop hairpin. Zamora is 0.3 up on his previous laps. Let's see if he can make any more progress. As stated, I really can't speak Polish. I'm actually having to look everything up in Google. It's great. Unfortunately, as I said, I reserve the right to ban. Oh, the 77 is going to go off. He was doing so well as well. Dan Minton is going to go quicker. What else do we have going on up and down the field? Half a second down in 26th positions. Kulikov Eugene. Kulikov Eugene in the 515 is looking pretty good to gain a couple of positions here. Half a second up at the moment. Czech or Slovak? Thank you very much. Ah, right. Either way, either Google Translate isn't being very nice, or he's not being very nice, because I'm not looking at a driver that he wants me to look at. Oh, Pindrick in the number 20 in the 20th position in the 22 car. That's currently not going any quicker than he was before. Meanwhile, Eugene is currently half a second up on his previous time. If he can hold it all together in this last sector, it might be even a second quicker by the time he comes across the line. Doesn't quite get the drive off of the final corner. Will come across the line though and get bumped up to 25th. Resuming his position where he was before. Minton, 0.8 of a second up. This could very much put him... Yeah, no, I figured that one. It's who's he calling him on? Is it me or is it one of the drivers? That's the issue. I mean, neither is really nice, to be fair. Dan Minton comes across the line, goes to 6th position, manages to shave about 0.5 off of his previous time. These Aston Martins are really quite dominant at the top of the timesheets, and Zach has gone to 2nd position now. So the Audis... Oh, where's the Audi gone? One of the drivers, and it's not Moron. Thank you very much for finally speaking in English. It's great to hear. Oh, the number 2 Audi. I see. Yes. No. I'm not going to call... I won't agree with you, Moron, but not exactly the best driving on this very important opening round. The 75 runs wide. I wonder if that was on purpose or if that was intentional, just trying to get off of the track. Kozik in the 983 Bentley now, running half a second up on his current 32nd position. His fastest lap so far, quite a bit down on some of the fastest drivers. 156.5, so still quite a brisk pace, let's put it that way. I think that's about all the movement we're going to get at the moment. Berenic is going faster, and Kozik comes across the line to promote himself to 29th out of the 44 that we have in the race tonight. Absolutely astonishing. Actually, I think we've had another driver join. Give me a second. Yeah, we've had another driver join. This is lovely livery as well. Asaru Maru, you have a wonderful Porsche livery. That looks awesome. At the top of the timesheets, Romano Brenic is looking to extend his lead. Wonderful entry to the final corner has given him a 0.2 gap to his previous time. We'll see if he can retain it across the line. 153.4. This man is absolutely unstoppable in this qualifying session. Now remember, it's a 60-minute race with 13 seconds left to go. It's a 60-minute race. Qualifying isn't everything. They are still going to have to survive that hairpin with 45 drivers piling piling in behind them. I'll do as much as I possibly can to cover it, but this is a very big field. You all have to understand this, and I am doing this solo. We also, at some point, are going to have to... Actually, is he running around? No, he's a second down. Matthias Kuhn, however, in the very, very white Lamborghini, is going 0.2 faster at the moment. There is some pretty decent places to be made here for him. If there is... can someone help me? Who is Roshipal? Where is Roshipal? At the moment, I don't see him on my driver ticker. 18th. In the 111. He usually drives 52s. What? So Berenic sandbagging, apparently. Thank you very much. Is that how bad the delay is tonight? Good grief. Alright. We can only do what we work. We can only work with what we can. 132 car of Kuhn comes across the line. 1.5 seconds the gap at the moment. Here it comes. Up to second for the Lamborghini. Matthias Kuhn coming from nowhere to put that Lamborghini to the top of the timesheets. And suddenly the Audi and the Lamborghini merge to one. I'm sorry. For some reason I lost them. Oh man. So, Mr. Zach has given best, and I do believe that's going to be about it. Oh, I can finally scroll this. Awesome. So, no Borovec tonight. I don't think so. So, your qualifying... The fastest time around here is the number 8 car of Berenic in the Porsche 911. Alongside him will be Matthias Kuhn in that Lamborghini 132. Mr. Zach is next. Come on, let me, come on. Will be first on the second row of the grid. Alongside him will be Damien Kujawa. Kujawa? Yes. Then in 5th place will be Matthias Silva. I've only got 2.5 minutes to get through all of this. 6th will be Diego Zamora. Dan Minton in the Aston Martin 75 will start 7th. Dan Babic in 8th. Lucas Rakiznik. You'll have to tell me if I'm pronouncing these names right or wrong, guys. In 9th. 10th will be Ollie Charles. Billswater will start 11th. 12th position will be Vanya Modruzen. Kawaii Kawasaki is a name I recognise. Hey there, Aero Smudge. I recognise your name as well. Where do I recognise your name from? And Guillaume Akari in 7th in the number 7 car. George Hemming in the 25 will start 15th. 16th will be Greg Smith. In 17th will be Barnabas Konkoli. And Lucas Rochbal in 18th. 19th will be Josip Brulas. Rakisnik or Rakisnik? Rakisnik. Cool. I'll get the feedback. Thank you very much for the help, though. Names are not my strong point. Bryce in 19th. 20th will be Krishnich. Stephen Carey will start 21st. 22nd will be Koziak. I'm still guessing. Langadike in the 66 car will start 23rd. 24th will be Pindrick. 25th will be Jokic. Otto Winkler will start 26th. Voodoo. Claudio Voodoo will start 27th, a man I know very well. And Kuklov Eugene will start 28th. 29th will be Zonovir Burek. 30th will be Kucha. 31st will be Kozik Miksik in 32nd. 33rd will be Ricardo Maya. Alex Dumenescu in the number 6 car will start 34th. 35th will be Kirkner. 36th will be Vasinski. 37th will be Alex Reith. Lord Nem will start 38th. 39th will be Sainel Tadek. Stephen Beswick will start 40th. Tio Smolik will start 41st. 42nd will be David Dunster. Morphy will start 43rd. 44th will be Simi Simic. And Asuru Maru will start 45th on this absolutely ridiculous grid. Oh man, for what it is worth, Alex isn't driving this? Which Alex are we talking about here? Let me get this back up, there we go. So, one of the things that makes this ISDA Championship something I'm very much looking forward to is the presence of a live steward, who tonight takes the form of Mali Bacho. And they have a stewarding team, but Mali is the man who has the say on which penalty does what and where. I'm just seeing the screen share that they've got up at the moment, and yep, they've got everything absolutely sorted. This is the one thing that I hate about Assetto Corsa, good grief. Driving through other cars is not good. I wonder how the lowest echelons of the grid are doing. Nice and spaced out there. It's going to be very interesting to see if the drivers can get to their formation points. With such a large field, there's going to be a massive concertina, not only through turn 1 and once the grid has formed up. Well, let me put it to you this way. Romano is currently coming up through the Schumacher S's. This is very weird. Very, very weird. Romano Berenic is currently up in the Schumacher S's, and we scroll all the way down to 45th, and the Asura Maru is, well, hasn't even gone through the Dunlop hairpin yet. This is going to be a very, very interesting start to this race, especially as there are cars ghosting through each other. That's not something that you want to have happen when you get to turn 1, or even if you're going through the end of the warm-up lap, for your car to suddenly not be ghosted and getting punted somewhere. Tom, I assume that Dan's your brother. Good to have some family support in the chat. Welcome, welcome. Yes, it did look like Dan had some issues in quali, but it does mean he's got all of the time. He does have an hour, as you can see at the top, to make this work, as the drivers are already forming up. I mean, it's needed. It is absolutely necessary. With the size of this grid, I dread to think what's going to happen through turn 1. Now, I can see slightly more than what you guys can see on the stream, because I have a wider monitor than the 16:9 ratio that you're stuck with. But this is still going to be a very, very difficult start, and hopefully a very slow start. We will go to the 10th position place car, the number 5 of Ollie Charles. Hopefully will be, as the lights go green, Ollie Charles actually having a very, very good start and getting all the way up to 8th position already on the brakes. Tidy, very patient. 4 wide going into the first corner. I'm going to jump back here, all being very, very patient. Someone's just stopped. Hang on. Who's that that's just parked it? But the important thing is that everybody's gotten through cleanly, and we can get out of this without any damage occurring. Brilliant driving from the ISDA racers here to get through those first corners safely and cleanly. Very quickly, let's jump on here, and yeah, all of those little dots are going around the track nice and cleanly. Now, this is going to be very interesting throughout the session, as we're going to have all sorts of... Is that a Stephen carrying a GTR as well? it's not. It's whoever Stephen Carey is behind. It's Otto Winkler in the GTR. Fantastic to have the Godzilla back in the GT3 classes. Oh, big old wobble for Stephen Carey in that Mission Spin-Out car. Curse the commentator, obviously in full effect. He's running a interesting. That looks like the old Marlboro liveries that used to be on the McLarens. So, just being a little bit caught out by just how heavy the traffic is Stephen Carey carrying that number 1 car. And for those who aren't familiar with the Assetto Corsa Competizione UI, next to all of the drivers you can see a yellow number 1. That means that there is a mandatory pit stop, and we are going to see all of the drivers here having to make a stop at some point. And it's wow, massive outbraking. There is no rubber down apparently through turn 1, and the cold weather getting the better of some of these GT3 drivers, outbraking themselves. So we're going to have any more issues. 3 wide again into turn 1. Evasive action needed to be taken by the Lamborghini. Which Lambo was that? I think that was the 23 or so. Really unfortunate. So Burek is going to drop to the back of the grid in that Ferrari, getting a spin all on his own. It looked like, whether that's through damage or anything else. So it wasn't turn 1 on the first lap that was the issue this time. It was lap 2 where the drama occurred. The first time that the drivers came down on actual full speed. I do see someone else falling down the field. It was, yes, Akari. Running only 15th at the moment. Everything seems to be working out at the moment. Don't worry, Brooker. I had to confirm with ISDA management to make sure that I wasn't getting the time wrong. It's Central European time, not GMT. Believe me, I understand the issue. While all of these drivers are so close, it's so difficult to pick out where on earth to look. Dan Babic, currently under pressure in that 101 Porsche, but is going to gain a place, in fact. Who was that that's just... Come on, give me the blue car. Blue car, the number 46 of Modrosan, is going to drop all the way down in the AM class. And again, remember that there are 2 classes here going on, as Modrosan, trying to defend from Bill's Water, is going to survive somehow in the middle of a big accident. I think that was Rochepal. Yeah, it was. Has been taken out. Heartbreak for Lukasz there. But he'll get going again. Hopefully there won't be too much damage on that Bentley. It's called Boatley for a reason. They tend to be pretty bulletproof cars, even if they are a little bit on the heavy side. Mattia Silvia is going pretty quickly on this particular lap. I tell you who's going very quickly as well is Dan Minton in that 75 Aston Martin. Up quite a bit. And Matthias Kuhn as well. At 132 Lamborghini that leapt to the top of the field in the closing stages of qualifying. He's out on his own to a little bit. Really is pulling a gap. So we've got a couple of the pro drivers in the form of Greg Smith and Dan Babic fighting together. Audi are looking up the inside of the Porsche. They might be VW Group, but they aren't giving up the fight against each other at all. And that attack by Smith has put him on the back foot and now under pressure from Concoli in the 57 Mercedes. who is not entirely out of the woods yet either. That Porsche is really struggling in a straight line for the Audi to be able to catch up with it. As that blue Audi goes for a dive again, Madrusan is struggling with getting that Audi stopped into turn 1, it looks like. Actually, is that his teammate? No, it's not. The two Audis in the middle positions, tussling it out. I did see a drive-through come up at the start of the race. I don't know if that was served or if it was... Yeah, I feel like the number 8 Porsche is not going to get very much camera time today with how big the field is and how busy the rest of the field is going to be. I don't think that's going to happen today. Speaking of other things that are happening on track, Jawa on the defensive coming through RTL. Yeah, it is RTL big curve. No, that's not the right. Come on, give me the proper names. Is this one? I don't believe anything that doesn't put that right-hander as Warsteiner. As up the outside, the Aston Martin on Aston Martin action here. The 33 and the 17. As the 77 looks like it's got in front. There we go. It was through the endurance. Through the endurance chicane that they got it. That Zamora got it done. So the race pace of the Audi seems to be coming to it. And now the Aston Martins fall into their own little four-car train. There we go. That was words. Still, just outside of the top 10, there is still a ridiculous fight on for these ever important points. Let's see if I can get this proper. There we go. That one. Yeah, that one. That's a better track map. That makes way more sense. Michelin and Warsteiner. Here we go. Dunlop hairpin. Thank you, Ivan. I appreciate it. I don't feel like I'm doing a brilliant job at the moment. It's one of the things that I enjoy about endurance racing, casting endurance races, is that I get to have different team members telling me when there's fights going on. The resources that I have at my disposal, unfortunately, with the Assetto Corsa Competizione, is not the best. Not the easiest thing to cast in. Now, this is, again, another... I absolutely love the Nürburgring. Valvoline into Warsteiner, and here is where the exit makes all the difference. The Audis you can see with the booster lamps in the background hunting down the Mercedes AMG, which I am told is apparently really slow. Apparently. You wouldn't believe it. As Concoli not feeling the need to defend just yet. He's got eyes forward on the 57 Audi of Smith. And Babic as well is not too far up the field. Ollie Charles in the number 5 as well, with Minton right on his bumper. Aston Martin on Aston Martin. And this is going to be an interesting fight. Tom is in chat as well. Yep, I think Tom is Dan's brother. Hoping for some progress for the 75 car. This might be the first of some really big moves. Big twitch on the exit of the Mercedes arena. Coming down now towards Valvoline. Is there anything that the Aston Martin can do yet? No. And he is still only third in a train of 4 Aston Martins. You have to feel like it's going to happen soon. Is Rochepal putting pressure? I've seen him. He's gone a little bit further down the field now. All of these names. It's so much fun. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, he's 43rd at the moment and in the pits. Oh no, that looks like retirement. Lukasz is a goner. And Nem is in 43rd position now and out on his own. That's really unfortunate. Mayer has a 5-second time penalty. That will end up being served at his pit stop. There we go. Still Ollie Charles on the defensive from the 75. Do you know what? I have a feeling. I have this weird feeling. If we look here, number 5 not feeling the need to go defensive yet, but the 75 is looking, always looking. Now let's see how the 75 puts the power down. The 5 goes wide, but the next corner's left-hander, so it's not the end of the world. But now Minton is within striking distance, biding his time, keeping his powder dry where he needs to. It's going to be a big lunge to get past a car with the same performance as him, but could this be the opportunity now going down in towards Valvoline? He's close enough, but the braking zone isn't enough. And he is not comfortable enough taking a dive out into Ford. Maybe Dunlop. There's a million lines you can take through Dunlop, so possibly taking a higher speed through the Dunlop chicane and maybe on the exit. So close. As who's that on the outside? That's the Porsche, the 474, I think it was. 414. Come on. 404? Yeah, it's the 404. There we go. Just getting out of the way is a lap down now, and very, very well getting out of the way of the leaders. Think that's about it for the time being. I don't think that Aston Martin... I wonder if Minton is just biding his time, because he's had opportunities and he's getting in the wing mirrors of Charles here, but he's not making progress towards the rear bumper, towards making an overtake manoeuvre. Through the chicane they go. And around onto the start-finish straight. Here we go. Here it is, side by side across the line. Minton looking up the inside of Ollie Charles, and the pass is made even before they get to the line. Wonderful, wonderful straight traction off of the final corner for the 75. Minton will stay defensive, but that cements his pass. 6th place now for Dan Minton, and his next target will be that of Matthias Silva in the 33 Aston Martin. And the head of the field, Romano Bernic, is running away with the lead of this race in that number 8 Porsche, all on his own, with an 8-second gap, or it was before. It looked well, according to the broadcasting tool, it's 16 seconds. Oh no, you've gone back down to 9. There you go, cool. So an absolutely astonishing gap and ridiculous pace from that number 8 Porsche. Everybody has settled down just the tiniest bit. Saying that, Porsche on Porsche battling in 19th and 20th position. Miksic and Krisnich, I'm going to go with. Krisnich is looking very fiery alongside, coming down towards the Dunlop hairpin. Backs out of it, but is showing his nose fairly regularly. Is going to hold the tight line up into the Schumacher S's now. 96 pulls across, as is entitled to do, and tries to take... there is only one line through there, as that is someone off in the back. Who is that? As Pindrick in the 22 has had a massive moment in this, in the Schumacher S's. Let's see if we can get back to that. There's the one problem that we have here, really is come on. Let's look for the 22 car here. There we go. Coming through the Schumacher S's, that was a little bit too late. So through the Dunlop chicane, Let's jump on board with him and see what it's like from his perspective. See, this will happen a lot. Up on the curb on the outside, feathers the throttle and just loses it on the curb. Avoids the wall like a champ. That is some fantastic driving there from the Bentley driver. And we'll go down to 25th position, but he's still in the race. And he's without damage as well, at least from that incident anyway. So ready to go on and take the fight to the rest of the grid again. For a second I thought that 46 car had a wobbly wheel. That was terrifying. Sparks flying as some of the drivers are running those curbs a little bit heavy. Nürburgring is one of those tracks where you don't really need track limits violations, because if you go off track you're on the grass and you don't want to be on the grass because that tends to end up in a excursion to the wall. Again, as Pindrick discovered just now, narrowly avoiding the wall there. Silver now under pressure from the 75 car. Minton is having a charge tonight with that Aston Martin. Whether it's the track or whether it's the driver, he is on one. He is going to be, if not the leader, he's going to be the leading Aston Martin for sure. Almost 20 minutes into this race, where on earth has the time gone? Romano Berenic is leading the way in that number 8 Porsche and really has been an untouchable this evening or this morning, wherever on earth you are in the world. Nida Zak is second now in that 89 McLaren. The 77 of Zamora is third, and then we have this 4-car train that we are looking at with Kujawa 4 seconds off the back of the 77 Audi. Silver, Minton, Charles, as quick as you can say it. And I apologise for that audio clip there. That was not me, that was Assetto Corsa. We've had that problem a few times. It's awful. As I was saying, there are fights up and down this field. So the 99, who has been in some altercations with drivers up and down the field so far, currently sitting in 20th and looking to be either on the defensive or on the getaway from the 78 of Andrzej Kuszaj. Firecrackers from exhaust. Yeah, absolutely. I do hate it when they do that, because like the firecrackers go off at such random intervals, they don't even make sense. At least when you get pops and bangs on downshifts, they make sense. I really wish the teams wouldn't play these practical jokes. It makes my job so much more difficult. Immersion, boys. I think that is the 15 car going past the pits. Yeah. So the 99 looks like they've got a pass made on the 78. Unfortunately, that's not something that we're able to keep track of. Keeping track of cars is very, very difficult at the moment. Silver is also keeping Dan Minton at bay for the time being. Greg Smith, meanwhile, is going faster than he's gone all session, and up in behind the Mercedes as well. The 51 car of Concoli. Yes, 100%. Well, no, no, not really. Milos Miko says, without Berenic, it would be a good fight for first place. Kind of. If we look at Mr. Nida Zak here, Benida Zak, you'll have to... his team's named Zak Speed. I can't be mad I can't be too mad. Anyway. So this is like Zach has got a 2.5 second lead here. This is who you need to take these both of these cars out of the equation to give us a quote unquote good race. But then if it wasn't for those top 2 cars, it would be... Oh no, and then you've got the Audi as well that's 5 seconds ahead of this battle, which is for the first position off the podium, which is a ridiculous fight, by the way. We'll go on board with Dan Minton because I can, and I'm not one to turn down an onboard. There we go. Staring at the back of the number 33 Aston Martin, Dan will be thinking to himself, yeah, that's a really good looking car. I like the back of that car. I'd prefer it if I was seeing the front though. Oh, under braking, he's so much more confident. And might be where the performance is in that number 75 compared to 33. On the brakes now into Dunlop. Yet again. Actually, can I even rotate this? Hang on. I'm doing button pushes like as if they're going to make a difference. Yes, 4 Astons in a train. Without those top 3, it would be 4 Astons for the lead. Oh, it's terrifying. It's okay, because Minton's going to be getting past Silver in a moment if he has his way. It looks like the 33 is on pace. He's just not... He's trying to save his tyres. It looks like... Oh, who was that? That was Kujawa. Caving to the pressure is going to lose 2 positions here, and now this is the fight for 4th between Silver and Minton. I don't know if Dan needed any kind of extra push, but that is a push that is going to make a difference in the mindset. No longer are they driving for the second Aston Martin position. They're 1 position off the way. Big old stop in the rear view mirror as well from the number 5 car. Fantastic to see. Pink and green Mercedes, pardon? Do we have a pink and green Mercedes in the race that I've not seen? I love pink and green Mercedes. They look awesome. Oh, what's going on here? What are you guys doing? Babic has got a reasonable lead over Concoli here in the 51. That Mercedes looks like it's not quite as happily sat on its haunches as the cars around him. 46 of Madrustan we know is carrying damage, so is going to be suffering. Oi, there's another big twitch. What was that? That was the Audi. What happened there for Akari there? Give it half a second and then we will go to replay. Again, this is unfortunately part of the curse of ACC. We're looking for the number 7 car again. See, if I didn't have it loading up so much, where's number 7 we are looking at now? There we go. So, down here, into the Dunlop Chicane. Let's have a look at... Was it Akari? Oh no, it was already... There we go. Who's that? That is Greg Smith who's had the issue. Now that's what I was interested in, because it looks like Greg... Oh, he went off all on his own. Both the 46 and the 57 having big issues, and then the Lexus as well having to try and not skittle the Audi as well. So it's all coming to a head here. And Walter in the 242 has accrued himself a penalty as well. He's taking it now. Good man. Get it done and out of the way. We can only speculate what that's for. Pink and green, so... oh, I see. Yeah, I saw. Yeah. Tracing point. Tracing point, you mean. Yeah, but the thing is, they're not Formula 1 cars. So it doesn't count. See, that's cool. That's a good livery. With the Cognizant sponsorship on the side. Now, you see, that's a Formula 1 livery. I'm in on that. I keep on coming back to these Aston Martins. They're not even my favourite. Where the heck is that McLaren? Come on. Neither Zach. I know you're pretty much out in the middle of nowhere. But what a good looking car. Big sparks running off the back there. Into the pits comes the 89. And that is the pit window open for 8 minutes now. Perfectly timed for the Zach Speed car here. Brilliant. Well, really, really, really good timing. As Minton will carry on around. Yeah, it's fine. It is what it is. I mean, the Aston Martin's got a Mercedes engine anyway, so who cares? Unfortunately, it's the way things are. Now, this is going to put the cat amongst the pigeons. Because not only are we going to see Bernich into the pits very early as well. Now, here's a question. Leaving the pits. Okay, so here is where the challenge is going to lie. The tyres are cold. The track, as you can see in the top right-hand corner, is cold. These guys are not going to have operating temperature in anything for about a lap. Other than maybe the exhaust on the Porsche. Now we know Bernich is going to be able to hold on to, as now we've got top Aston Martin 1, 2, 3. There you go. Now this is a good fight for the lead. 6 minutes until the window closes. That amounts to roughly 3 laps. And it is going to be a challenge from here. I'm always terrified when people subscribe to my channel. I hope you're not expecting either regular content or any kind of content at all, other than maybe me drifting DPI cars. Pit stops going on and the timing screen is updating, and this is, again, really going to throw the cat amongst the pigeons. So we've got Krisnich in the... Ivan, are you referring to F1 2020, or... I'm confused. Sorry, took me a second. Oh, you mean when the F1 went to Nürburgring last year and it was colder than they were expecting and they had the session fogged off or something? I'm pretty sure they lost a practice session because of fog. Anyway, Bernich we know is fast. Green. We know Bernich is fast, but how is he with overtaking? Well, we're not going to find out because Krisnich is going to jump into the pits. Excellent. Good to see. As the field gets shuffled and shuffled and shuffled again, let's have a look further down the field. Alex Reif in the 36 Aston Martin. Pit stops have been done. Pit stops done. Dumanescu in the number 6 has not got long before he's going to need to take his pit stops. Kirkner is in the pits already getting that served. If I open the tab window, does that give me any more information? No, that gives me no information whatsoever. We are halfway through this race, and we are 4 minutes and 35 seconds from... Oh, really? Oh, okay. Oh, they changed that then. Cool. That's awesome fun, actually. As Dunster drops into the pits as well, the number 4 car in the Anfield ducking out and getting, I would assume, new tyres as Eugene goes to 4th. Minton still pitting there, leaving it really tight. Minton to the top, however. That 75 liveried car, I'm going to give some time to. Into the pits. Now, let's follow him in this time, so you can see what's going on here. down to the pit lane speed line just there. Will come into the pit lane, and will he have done enough to fend off the attention of the number 33 of Mattia Silva? Here is Silva here, coming up through the Schumacher S's. Oh, what a camera shot. So is that tyre, the tyre compound is like harder, or have they just arbitrarily gone, no, it takes 2 laps to heat up your tyres? Interestingly, we saw so many people in the pits after one fast lap in qualifying then. If that's the case, because, yeah. Minton's still in the pits. It still hasn't. He's just left his pit box now, and he has to have the long crawl down to the pit exit before he can even think about jumping on the loud pedal. We jump on board with Mattia Silva, who was the man defending from Minton there. No sign of him so far, unless that is him down at turn 1. It doesn't look like it. Yellow flags out around the track somewhere. Who has stopped on track where? Nope, that was only a brief one. Someone running very wide. Oh, come on, I was pressing shift then. As Minton climbs to 2nd position. Am I reading that right? I can't be reading that right. Wait for the sectors. No. He's not come through the sector yet, that's why. We've not done a representative sector. But he is in front of Silva. That was the 75 Aston Martin that has gained significant time through pitting. I could only be a lap or 2 later. Yeah, Bernich is ridiculously quick tonight. Well, where's the 89 gone? So we may have a battle on for 2nd position, and Zamora in the 77 has suddenly got a dose of pace. Maybe different tyre pressures when he went into the pits are going to see that Audi having some pace. Possibly even he's currently 6/10 up on his previous fastest, and Mattia Silva with some clean air is going 1.5 seconds faster than he did last time as well. So his fastest... Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong car. Here we go. Dan Minton. Putting pressure now on Matthias Kuhn in the highest placed AM car. Matthias as well has had a ridiculously good stop to be able to make so many positions up. That's a lot of time to have made up in that time. Zach as well is starting to put pressure. Gigi Pindrick has gone from 24th to 17th in the pit stops as well, so some massive movers and shakers in this eclectic grid of cars. Winkler, I noticed as well, is doing well now in 20th, and Claudio Voodoo in 21st in the 728 McLaren. Doing really, really well. I wonder how long it's going to take before Mr. Zach starts putting pressure on. That's the 666. That's a lapped car that's going to need to get out of the way. Across the line now. What happened to the 22 car? Let me see if I can find the 22 car. Pindrick here. Pindrick's had a pretty rotten race. Has been taken out twice. In the... No, he's on track still. He was taken out once at turn 1 and once at the Dunlop Chicane. So to be 25th is very, very good. Plus 5 second penalty for Morphy in 32nd position, although I have a feeling Morphy may be wanting to forget this race slightly. Kuhn and Minton going side by side. There was not space left on the inside, and so Kuhn had to correct. That will be now. Unfortunately, the camera was not in a position whereby we could really look at that properly. I'll have a look at the replay on it and wait for... By the way, kudos and thanks go out to Jenkins for making all of these unbelievably cool graphics for me to use. Who was it? Who was I looking for? T.S. Kuhn. Oh, that's... I've just caught it in time. Here we go. Let's go back one car. So the Aston was already down the inside through Warsteiner, and the Lamborghini went wide. There was almost contact there. Good avoidance from down there, but just got pushed up. I don't think there was even contact there. The 33 has taken advantage and gone up the outside as well. I don't think there was contact there. I think it was just a bit of a wiggle from the 132, and that put him behind the Aston Martin. The person who won out of that was actually Matthias Silva, who, with the Aston Martin and Lamborghini getting together, has pushed his way to the top again of this Aston Martin train. Great to see. Good combat. Really respectful driving again. Claudio Voodoo is on the defensive from Bilgewater. Berenic absolutely is for the win today. I can't see anything stopping him today. Unfortunately, my job is to look for the fights, not for the people who are wandering out in the middle of the in the lead. I clicked on the wrong car. Eugene Concoli and Kuchar, it looks like in a train. That they are for sure. Lexus, Mercedes and Audi in reverse order. Really, Feature? What's the context on that, mate? Sorry, Evan. Through the chicane they go. The Lexus runs wide, and the fight that was between three cars becomes the fight between two cars, and we are watching the chasing car of Barnabas Concoli in the 51. This fight over the top few positions is still absolutely ridiculous. Has that got the gap down? No, there's lap cars in between. Okay, that's fine. Very sorry, thought I was no, false alarm. Eugene and the defensive from Concoli is where our battle was looking. The Mercedes runs all the way out wide. That's going to give him a better apex speed. Can cut back up inside. The 515 goes defensive, but gets back on the racing line to get a decent exit. I see. Philip equals Ficho. Ficho? Cool. Excellent. Roger, thank you very much. Well, this 515 Audi defending from the 51. This is a fantastic AM battle as well. It really is difficult to... I'm looking at the top of the timesheets like as if those Audis are actually in first and second. Nope, the field is much bigger than that. 20 minutes to go. The pit window is shut. The 515 outbrakes himself. And the 51 is gifted 17th position. And possibly a few other cars being gifted a position as well. 242 was not able to, and that will be everywhere down to 22nd. Yeah. So watch for Eugene to drop down the timesheets from the split. There we go. Through the NGK chicane. And around, I think this is Coca-Cola Curve, yeah. Coca-Cola Curve at the top of the circuit. And now Audi, Porsche, Mercedes, as soon as you can say them, that is 21st position. And the fight between... Actually, is there a... Do I get... No, I don't want... Wanted that. I was trying to get the relation to the leader. Oh well. That would have been nice. Silva, once again, this is a familiar pattern, is it not? Matteo Silva under pressure from Dan Minton. I'm sure Minton is going to push the... I'm sure Minton is going to push the matter a little bit more fervently this time. With the pit window out of the way, the difference between fourth position and fifth is, yep, half a car length. And back across the line, the gap falls apart slightly. I wonder if this is the spot where you have to wonder. I think Minton must be thinking that that braking zone into turn 1 is the place to get it done, but he needs to make sure he gets the drive off of the last corner. Roger Phillip. Pity that we couldn't have you on the grid. I mean, 45 drivers is still a ridiculous amount of cars to have in one race. And they've been so well behaved as well. Really have. 21st to 23rd have just come across the line, I believe. Wait! Who was that that's just gone and spat himself off the road? That will be Walter in the 242. Again, losing more positions. And the thing that I was very interested in was, there we go, 20th position for Voodoo, with a 5-on-5 of Eugene behind. It'll be like Bottas. Yeah, but the thing is that if he's second position, so it means that the position at the top of the timetables is absolutely certain for both of those drivers. I'm a big fan of team play. I really am. Wee, big wobble from the Mercedes of Jokic. That's a name. And a beautiful four-wheel drift from Voodoo coming through the Valvoline curve. Those tyres are not going to last very long if you carry on like that, mate. I've got to be honest. Bernich is still a million years out in front. Zach has just gone past the pits. That gap's opening out now. It was starting to come down, got as low as 2.8 seconds. But that Minton does not look quite quick enough to park the car on the apex there. I'd be... Now, this is the racer in me talking. I would be super tempted to just kind of put your nose up the inside, make a reasonably low percentage dive, and see if Mattia blinks. That would be, I mean, yeah, in a fight like this, we've got 15 minutes to go. So it's not an urgent point as yet, but it is at some point going to become an urgent point. On the brakes into the Dunlop hairpin. Silva holding a lovely tight line there. There's still obviously plenty of tyre life left in those rubber rings. I think they're Dunlops around here. I can't remember. And through Valvoline, it's not Valvoline, it's Michelin. Varsteiner, I do love Varsteiner a lot. It's a wonderful corner to get the car settled and pinned on the throttle and just ride whatever drift you get out of it. Up towards the chicane now. Being very careful on that first bump, and now I would be very tempted to cut that first corner as well. Here we go, the 75 getting nice and close. Can Minton get the drive off of the final corner? He is close now. He is much closer than he has been. A wiggle from the 33 is not going to help his straight line speed. 75 car is up in the drift. Can he get it done under the brakes? Seibert, he has a look but doesn't go for it. Discretion the better part of Valor at the moment. He was not confident on the brakes to be able to get the pass done cleanly, and so just tried to put the 33 driver off his game. Not going to happen. Silva is a very good driver, as evidenced by what we're seeing here. But it's still so close and so tight. He has to be wondering whether Minton's got the overall pace on him if he was in clear air. Down the rest of the field, of which it's a ridiculous field. We've had... Oh, what have we got as far as retirements are concerned? We have 39 cars still running. It's been a couple of really bad races. Oh, it's a pink Mercedes. Hey guys, look, we've got a pink Mercedes on the grid. Oh, and it's a weeb car too. Excellent. Alex Dumanescu, you have my thanks. Much appreciate for that number 6 car. Rest of the field. The problem is that the broadcasting tool kind of goes mental when you start to get retirements. So I've got Kozik, Simic, Burek I can't click on. The 777 is the next car that I can click on. It's just, it goes a little bit crazy sometimes. So the R Factor 2 UI is so much nicer, which is a weird thing to say. Dan Minton again, up behind Silva. They are even closer this time as the lap traffic gets out of the way. The 33 goes defensive, but it's too late side by side. They're coming towards turn 1. The 33 goes defensive, holds the tight line. Can the 75 get the cutback? Is the traffic the thing that makes the difference? No, not yet. But that is so close. Who's Milos? Who's Vuji? Who's Vuji? Please, can you give me a car number or something? I need to work off car numbers. They're just easier to find. Yeah, drive through for Pindrick as... Oh, this is Greg Smith on defensive from the 242 of Walter. Into Ford curve now. Coming down the hill. Wow, the 242 runs wide again. It looks like Walter's got the speed. He's just losing his head trying to get the pass made. 10-second penalty for Morphy as well. We will have, so we'll be able to run through the penalties. Oh, you're Vuji. What? Oh, I see. Got you. Right, understood. Right, Silva, get back to this fight for 4th position. Man, don't you confuse me. My idea of exotic is the Midlands. Okay? Don't be throwing all these Eastern European names at me and expecting me to know what any of them are. Dan's looking to pressure again, but he's just so sensible. This is a wicked drive from Dan Minton here. Absolutely awesome. On the curbs, getting a nice wide line. He's going to try and get a slingshot onto the start-finish straight. Ah, okay. Roger. The 33 has gotten the drive and will hold off the attentions of the 75 again just for a few moments, but they close right back up through turn 1. The pace difference of Dan Minton here and the defensive driving of Mattia Silva is absolutely astonishing. I wish you could see the smile on my face from this fantastic driving. Further down the field, Viniski? Oh, man. Names are awful. Wyszynski. There we go. Wyszynski. Mike Wyszynski is on the defensive from what looks to be a Mercedes. The Ferrari's got the pace in the straights, but that Mercedes in the braking zones, my goodness, it closes up. It just is so confident on turning. Yeah, he probably won't have fans here because I haven't got anywhere near enough subscribers for that. But no, I'm loving Minton's driving, and I'll be fair, I'm loving everyone's driving here. Defensive move from I had it in my head. Wyszynski? Wyszynski. Thank you. Dear God. See, I work with Eastern Europeans as well. It's the only reason why I have any idea what any of these letters are doing in the language. If it was my previous job, I'd have no idea. Just managing to hold on to that 23rd position is Wyszynski at the moment, though. The gap remains relatively stagnant. They come across the line again, does the 75 and the 33. I get this feeling that Minton's either trying to unnerve the 33 by just sitting on his bumper, or he has in mind a spot. He has in mind a position where he's going to make the move. I think we saw a hint of it into turn 1 a couple of laps ago, but he's very close. The 33 goes defensive. The 75 takes a wide line now. This is going to get him better traction when it comes to plus 15 seconds for number 5 car. I wonder what's happened there. But the straight down towards the Dunlop hairpin isn't enough for them to wind out the engine properly. I saw sparks. It would have been off of the exhaust for the Aston Martin 33. Problems at the top of the timesheets for Ollie Charles in number 5, and I wonder what that is for. I don't have the chat up. Unfortunately, we'll have to review all of these come the end of the race. But I'll tell you what, let's have a look at the number 9 car. Number 7 car, sorry. Akari on the back of the 46 of Mudressen. Both cars who have had altercations and accidents in this opening round. Sparks flying from the underside of the chassis. It's not going to sound nice in the cab of that Audi R8. But Madrusen seems to have him pegged at the moment. Let's see where the car, whether the 07 car can make it back to the tail end. I don't think it's going to happen. What's most interesting is that Ollie Charles is at a point here at the moment where he's going to lose 1, 2, 3 positions. If Akari can stay within, well, if they can stay within that 15 seconds come the checkered flag, there is a 6th, 7th and 8th respectively on the books for these VW family cars. I have to be really careful how I say that. Sylvia looks like he's got the measure of Minton at the moment. I wonder if this is the wind-up that we were looking for. 5 minutes 37 left in the session. I dread to think what the gap between first and second is. Look at the state of that. See, now, what I'm used to is Assetto Corsa throwing a hissy fit. Normally about an hour and a half, 2 hours into a race like it is now. You can see where the blank lines are is where oh my goodness. Where the blank parts are is where there is a gap in the sector. So as you can see, as the drivers come across the split line there, the line goes blank. 40 seconds is the gap between Zamora and Berenic. That is an astonishing gap from a Porsche to an Audi. Not the fastest cars. And then there's a McLaren, one of the better, in very large air quotes, BOP'd cars. In third position, 5 seconds behind. 75 runs a wider line through turn 1. We'll get back across. Is he going to try and go around the outside? That's not going to work. Maybe he can cut back through. Nope. Dan looks as though he's got a bit more confidence in the grip of the car through the apexes. The problem is that he's not able to make any progress past the 33 car because there's the 33 car in the way. Where he wants to or needs to be making those runs, he's got a car in the way, so it's going to need to be a brave move from the 75 and kind of park it on the apex as he takes the higher line. That's you can disregard that Aston Martin in front. That isn't in this fight, but it could well be a pick. We've seen Minton be very confident with the extremities of his car in the past, and maybe that lapped car could be the opportunity here. Lapped car's pulled over to the side as same car's hard to pass. Oh, of course. Now that's where, oh no, that's where this is going to be issues. This is going to drive, yeah, it's going to put both of them off. Good grief. 833 having a bit of a nightmare of a race. Yeah, I'm not taking anything away from either of these drivers. They're both driving absolutely exceptionally and way better than I can. I have this horrible habit of trying to drift cars for no reason because it's fun. But yes, same car on same car, essentially your mark mate. Oh, which is the way I would refer to it. That was a bit of desync, which was terrifying. Oh my word. Wow. And here it goes, 2 minutes to go. The 75 car is closer again. This is coming down towards the Dunlop hairpin. It's not really going to happen through there unless there is a mistake from the 33. But I think Silver's got it at the moment. Does there, but Minton gets the better drive again. This must be so frustrating for Dan. Being stuck behind a car which he knows he's quicker than, but he needs the racing line to be able to get the car past. Works his way back in towards the bumper of the 33 car again. Out of Varsteiner, again, that satisfying pull on the throttle that you get. Through Advan and up towards the GT3 Chicane. It's not going to happen through here. There's not enough of a pace difference. He needs to be setting up for a turn one pass and getting a wider line. There we go. Can he get the throttle down earlier? Run super wide. That's going to break his traction. There's another Aston Martin in front. Gaps. 18, 19, 20th. We have the 51 car, the 96 and the 728. Voodoo in 20th, Matej Miksik in 19th, and in 18th, Barnabas Konkoli, as the 515 has a moment in the background, and that was for position as well. So in these closing moments of the race, 15 seconds to go, good grief. Voodoo is it is Jokic who's going to make positions up. Where is the leader? Oh wow, almost perfectly timed as well. Almost no time to say anything, but what a race from Romano Berenich will come across to the pit lane, flashing his lights. First victory for the International Sim Drivers Association GT3 World Tour for Romano Berenich for Pirate Racing in just a moment, or 50. Zach will get the 89 car within touching distance of that second position, but it looks like unless there's a mistake made by Zamora, who has also run an impeccable race. Let's not forget just how relentless the pace has been, and the 77 car has lived with it consistently. He could almost coast to the line, but that will be a second for Diego Zamora and a third for Menaida Zach. Mattia Silvia will get to the line just in front of Dan Minton in the 75. Ollie Childs will come across the line in 6th position, but has a 15-second penalty. Kuhn will come across the line for the 1-3-2 in half an hour. Pardon? With 10 seconds the gap, so we'll gain that position, but Mudrason has lost too much pace behind in playing defence to the 07 car. Those two playing nicely together. Of Akari to make to gain any advantage from that 15-second penalty. Kujawa will drop down to 10th from 2nd position early in the race. Babic will take home 11th. Rakusnik will come across in the number 2 car. Oh, there's the 35 car. Where's the 35 car? Give me donuts. I love me some donuts. And now my favourite part of the session. What did we have here? Okay, so nope, there was no driver penalties put into chat. Let me. Damn it! Really? Is it Berenic or Berenich? Can we settle that? Because I did like decide on one. Yeah, okay, it's not gonna. That's a shame. It's Romano, yes. Alright, so that's really annoying. No, you're not gonna give us any of the previous sessions. That's really frustrating. Next time, I will take a screen cap. The other sessions that I've casted for some reason seemed to hold on to those results. I don't know as I can get those very easily. Oh well. I now have the most fun time of any race, and I'm gonna have to ask very quickly, NG Baka, can you very quickly give me your in-game name so I know who I'm talking to?
Ricardo Maya.
Say again?
Ricardo Maya.
Maya.
Yeah, Maya.
Number 6 car?
Number 12, but I don't know if I'm being here or not, because I don't know if this is only for the first places or if
No.
everyone.
If you have something that you want to talk about from the race, you are.
Okay. Okay, so to begin, this was my first race ever in a league. So I'm playing like Assetto Corsa like from a year now, but only from last October. It was when I'm getting my new Fanatec wheel, is when I start getting more serious on it. And I didn't know this track before a week ago. So I started practicing, and I'm sorry for the incident in the first lap. It was on me for sure, but I got punished for 5 seconds, so that's okay. But yeah, it was a pretty nice organization from you guys. All the answers that I've got, I think it was a lot because it was my first race. They were answered by Jankos, so thank you for them. For him. And regarding the rest, it was pretty cool. It was a little bit messing because we have a lot of fast cars with a lot of slow cars like me, and it was pretty difficult in a small track like this to accommodate like 50 cars.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future, my advice will be like separated into splits. I don't know if that's possible or managed for you guys.
Oh no, you kidding? This is no. This was great. The behaviour from everyone that I saw was absolutely top notch. I'm sure you're a little bit down on yourself, but no. You like the driving was absolutely top standard tonight. Even the slower drivers, it's not about speed. And let me put your mind to rest for starters. You don't have to be quick to race. What you need to be is consistent and respectful. Like,
for sure.
Respect the other drivers that run the track with you, and everything will work absolutely fine after that. And again, you say it's your first league race. What a baptism of fire! I mean, of all the races to do on all the tracks, you decided that your first league race was going to be 45 cars at the Nürburgring. The Nürburgring, which was removed from the Formula 1 calendar for being too complicated.
Okay, I didn't know it, but I learned the track, and I've been improving, so I'm now on 155s, but on the race today, because of the tire pressures, was a little bit difficult to manage that.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, but the stutterings because of my computer. But yeah, so it was pretty cool from you guys. It was a nice organization so far, because I'm not driving in leagues, but I'm following, so several leagues, and yours were pretty awesome.
Hey man,
Congratulations.
I'm not staff at ISDA. You need to direct those to youngsters.
Yeah, but it's on the interview, so they probably will hear it. So
hopefully,
congratulations for you all.
Hopefully they're watching. Hopefully they're watching 100%. Well, thank you very much for dropping in, Ricardo. Hopefully we'll be able to watch you develop as a driver under the ISDA banner, and we'll see you take part in a lot more of these. It certainly sounds like you enjoyed your first drive.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Brilliant. Well, good luck, and we'll see you next time out. All right.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Aha, I did remove him a little bit too soon. Next into the commentators booth, I am going to drag a certain Mr. Zach.
Yeah, man. Hello.
Welcome to the Combox. So, third position, first race. I think that's probably a pretty decent first gambit. Talk about the race. Tell us the race from your position. First of all, I love the finish you've got on the car.
Yeah, man. The race was very exhausting, to be honest. Because I was holding the pace from Zamora, Diego Zamora, because he were P2, I think, after the pit lane, and I thought that I have a good pace after pit lane. So I was telling myself, I need to get him before finish line. It was like 20 minutes, 10 minutes to finish. So I was like focused 100% to try to get him, because I was like 0.3 faster than him every lap.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be done. But, blue flags after, the last lap disturbed me a lot, that moment I lost once again to him. It was hard to get it back again.
Yeah. Yes. It's Lappery is a very refined skill that takes a lot of time to perfect.
Exactly. Yeah. But did you see the undercut of Zamora? It was really nice.
My goodness. What a tactic. I mean, there was about 4 drivers that I saw that were tucked up behind other cars and just as you say, undercut and just got that couple of laps difference, and then they're 2 seconds up the road. So where did that come from?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was brilliant. I just told him that because it was the pit lane was closed. Okay.
Yeah.
Few meters after I passed the pit entry, I heard pit entry open.
Oh no!
And I saw the mirror Zamora jump into the pit lane. So he got that moment. Who just after pit lane opened, few seconds he got into, and the undercut worked for him. It was a brilliant move. I will try to be aware of this in next race and round.
Yeah, 100%.
It was a nice. Yeah, it's Hamilton move, man. It's like pit box now.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's just a case of sometimes being in the right place at the right time.
Exactly. Yeah,
it really is.
It was like if I heard that open, that's before the chicane, the double left right, the fast one. If I heard that pit open, that's few seconds before, I will jump into it in the same time as him, and it would be a fight the whole second stint of the race behind me. I will try to fight him, but the undercut. I did one more lap with 1 second slower than him, and I found myself behind him. After pit lane.
Mm.
But it was a great race. Hopefully, next round will be more exciting again.
With 45 cars, I can't imagine it not being exciting. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I will say as well. I said to I can't remember Romano, who was in just now, that the quality of driving in this race was absolutely exceptional, and I doff my hat to you for maintaining such a ridiculously high standard of driving. Really, really good, respectful driving from everyone on the grid. As difficult as it was.
Yeah, but it's exhausting, man.
Oh man, I can imagine. I really can imagine.
And my shoulders, that's did the workout of 1 hour.
Yeah.
With the force feedback and all the stuff.
Yep.
And the focus, the mind is so hard to focus 1 hour, and the night.
Yeah.
It's not the same. But I'm very happy with the race.
Yeah.
I think my wife enjoyed the race because I sent her the link from, and a cousin of me. I think he's listening to me now. So next round I think I will focus on winning. Maybe why not?
Well, you can only go up from here. I mean, you've got a gold car. You may as well go for gold.
Yeah, McLaren. Yeah, it's
good,
so
man.
Fast.
Oh no, it's a wonderful car. I love it.
Yeah. Thank you for commentating this.
Absolutely no problem at all, mate. Absolutely no problem. You bring the entertainment, and I'll make sure you get on camera. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
You have a lovely evening, and we'll see you next time out. All right.
Next time. Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.
And last into the com box, we have who ended up being a second place driver, Diego Zamora. Welcome to the com box. What a race! And what an opening gambit. Talk us about it from your perspective. How was that for you? If your microphone's working. It doesn't sound like your microphone's working. I think technical issues have got Diego, either that or he's dropped into the ready for interview room when he wasn't ready for an interview. Are you there, Diego? No. No, we're gonna have to leave. We're gonna have to drag him out for a second. That's a shame. It would have been really nice to speak to Diego there. Absolutely ridiculous. So we had 2 of the 3 drivers attempt to make an interview at least. But congratulations to Berenic, to Zamora, and to Zach. Fantastic driving from all concerned, and well done to all the finishers. My name has been Ike Sky. The next race will be on the official ISDA channel. We only had to do it on this channel this time because of technical issues. If you did enjoy my voice and you want to see more sim racing, you can subscribe to my channel, but I will leave a link in the description when this becomes a video to the ISDA channel, and you all need to go over there and get subscribed and ring the bell for the next round of this championship. We'll jump over here very briefly. This is the GT World Challenge spring season. Next time out, we'll be going to Autodromo Nazionale Monza, or as everyone else knows it, Monza. It's been an absolute pleasure commentating for you all. My name has been Ike Sky, and I will see you next time.